Hey everybody, this is Schmidt's Kettle here. I hope you all having a good year so far. We're actually going to get into events this video. So somebody actually texted me asking how I get into events, how I find places for during the week. My hope is that next year I'll be a little bit more stable. I'm going to be getting into some new markets next year. I'm going to be getting into two markets on Sunday, as well as another market on a Saturday. And I also do a lot of events on Saturday. Besides that, I plan on doing some events on Friday and events on during the week as well. So my goal is to actually do some more retail. I'm ordered some new bags from cellobags.com. So they said that they could keep them fresh a little bit longer, maybe 4 months rather than 4 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. My problem with retail is, of course, keeping my bags fresh. And with that, I'll show you guys how I get into events and what I look for as far as for new markets and pretty much, you know, as long as there's not a Kettle Corn guy or Kettle Corn person there, then I'm pretty much good to go as far as the event goes. And I've actually get a lot of return events too. And I've been getting a lot of events from past clients who want to order, like, let's say, a gift bag for their employees. I had an event where I was at a appreciation for an employee appreciation day where I had to give out 1,000 bags of popcorn. So these are all these kind of things that we could talk about here in this video. And if you guys have any further questions, feel free to ask me below. I really appreciate your support. I also have a website now, and starting next year, I'll be having a store to where people can support me and buy my products. Anyways, guys, this is Schmidt's Kettle Corn. Hey everybody, this is Schmidt's Kettle Corn here. All right, so the first thing I did was look up the farmers market directory here in Maryland for the farmers market directory. When I first moved here, I decided to do kettle corn, and what I basically did was look at the farmers market that are around for my area. And in my particular area, when I first moved here as a Tacoma Park, it was Montgomery County. But then I decided to focus my business in Howard County, and I do the Wednesday market and Sunday market, and I also do Thursday Townsend, and I do Friday as well. So I do a bunch of different markets and events. So basically, here is the way I looked it up. They actually have a 2024 directory. Now sometimes they have new directories, but or if you look up on Facebook, type in farmers markets in your area, sometimes you might find some. I'm thankful that in my area of where I live in a big community. I don't know if you live in somewhere small, but this is actually how I did it for me. Official farmers markets to where I could find out. And then what I do is I send an email saying, hey, do you guys have a kettle corn vendor? I've done pretty much the same market since COVID for about 5 years now. Now, what I do for the getting business as far as markets go, I say, hey, do you have a vendor who sells kettle corn? And if they say no, then would you like a vendor who sells kettle corn? And if they say yes, then I go in. Some of them actually want a 2-year waiting list. Some of them want a health department fee. And in fact, next year I'll be getting a health fee for the commercial kitchen license. So that's one of the issues that I've been running into, is that under the cottage food law, you know, you cannot get into a market sometimes unless you have a cottage food law license or a commercial license. That's one of my biggest pet peeves here. And beyond that, I'm just thankful that I have 5 markets a week, and then starting next year I'll have 7 or so. And I do a lot of events, and so some of them require you to have a license, and with that, I do pay for it, and I also get inspected by the health department. And believe it or not, because I have trolls who say I do not when I do. And this is how I get in events. And with that, I decided to move actually to Howard County, and that has been very grateful for my business. And with the farmers markets, got into a lot of events. So you'll get into things that once you start a business and you get into the farmers markets, and if you're good at what you do, I do not use my phone when I'm on the job. I'm up in front talking to everybody who walks by. I am very personable, and I say hi to everybody. And that's part of my business is to get as many sales as I can. I'm competing against 40 other stands, sometimes 30, sometimes 20, even maybe 7. And I want every other person to walk away with a bag of my kettle corn. So with that, I've had people who come up to my booth and say, hey, I have an event at a school. Can you guys come and do my school? Absolutely. I give like 20% of my booth fees or sales to the school as a fundraiser. And I even had my booth actually this year had sign that says "Ask about school fundraisers," and people come up and ask me, and I give out my card or my label. And starting next year, I'll have my website, so that way people can see where I go, and people follow me. And I actually have people go to my markets every week, looking forward to me saying, "Hey, I'm glad to have your kettle corn." Also, when it's made fresh on site, guys, I do the kettle corn, cheese, caramel. I also do the white cheddar and do different flavors each week to keep people coming, and also started doing the pork rinds. So with that, I've been getting a lot of business just from the markets alone, and that has been really helpful. And I also go out and reach out to people also, even though that's not my personal area of expertise. So you can go out and say, "Hey, do you have an event coming up?" And I'll show you how I get some events on Facebook, and I'll show you that here in the next segment here. And before I get to the events part of this on Facebook, I want to tell you guys that Facebook, after 17 years of course, in my previous video, they banned me. So I got a website going. So I'm going to see how a website will actually make things better this year. In fact, Popcorn Nate, actually, who I follow on YouTube, he has a viral video subscriber base of 400,000 subscribers, which I hope to get to eventually. Convinced me to get a website going, and hopefully next year with this online orders, I'll be able to get some of those as well. But I actually use labels, and I do not like those yellow bags that the Kettle Corn Company Polybag LLC uses. So to me, those bags are quite ugly. I really think that the yellow text is quite, I don't know, but the black and yellow text to me is just gross. So I have my label here. As you can see, I should have actually put an email address as well. And so my next labels are going to have a website that shows my website, schmitty'skettlecorn.com. And I actually really like my colors. I designed this label myself. I actually had a graphic designer. I drew it out since I'm an artist, and I took a picture of what I did from my previous company, and I had my friend slash graphic designer at the time make one for me professionally for about $150. And with the labels, guys, I also had them order me. The company that I use is Print Place, and I had business cards made for about $27 or so for 500 labels, and I think it worked out to be about 6 cents or so a label. And here's my business card. Actually, I really like the way it looks. It's nice and thin, so that way my email address is actually on there. And my next actual batch of labels and business cards will have my website on it. But I do bulk orders, weddings, corporate events, even though in the last 8 years I've only done one wedding. But I do a lot of corporate events, actually, and I hope to get into more of that. So this year, I actually did about 4 or 5 corporate events. Last year I only did about 2, so they are getting better and bigger, so hopefully that happens more now. And with the label here, I really like the label here because they peel off actually fairly easy here. I'll actually peel off the label here so that way you can see. So it has a really nice back to it. Basically, just go right here to the line, and boom, and then it sticks right away. And the only drawback with these labels, guys, is that these labels are not waterproof. So when it rains, I don't put labels out, but when it rains, I have the labels out. And I ordered about 4,000 of them. I pretty much bring them in, and then I have my helper who, when we have downtime, label them. To me, they're not a necessity, but when I'm busy, I try to have them look nice. My helper actually keeps everything clean and organized. And so with that, guys, these will actually really help you get more business and more networking. And so my hope is with social media is to also get more people and more business. But with having to edit these videos and to do everything that people do to make everything go viral, man, I really think that I actually like a little bit of my own personal life. For me, with this social anxiety and depression, with me being disabled, man, it takes a lot of energy to think about what to say and talk. That being said, I think my videos now are getting much better than what my videos used to be in the past. So I really appreciate you guys for watching, and then we'll get to the events part here as well. Lastly, so when you go to events on Facebook, you click the events title here, and you'll see that in the video, you'll see the section here for events turn up, and you can actually do a custom date range of where you're from in the area, my location, date range, have it be that weekend, and you can actually see which events are in your area. And this is a great way to actually see which is around, what you would be a good fit for, what you wouldn't be a good fit for. I've actually clicked on some of these events here, like an ugly sweater party at a bar. I don't think would be a good fit, but a Christmas event outside on a farm might be a good fit if there's not any competition. and or a craft show type event, downtown DC holiday market, they are unfortunately full for the year. So they told me to email them next year. And pretty much once you click on the page, they'll have contact information for you to contact them. Now, of course, watch out for scam artists, guys. That's one of the things that I always kind of look out for. I've seen that before here. But you'll always find events here eventually on the weekends. And this would be a great way for you to start out, guys, too. If you want to find something that is a beginner way for you to start out, the events and doing the cottage food business is a great way for you to start out. If you're going to make, like let's say $200, $300 by yourself testing out a product that you want to do, whether it be baked good, anything that's under the cottage food law, this is a great way to go. And I highly recommend you guys going out this way too, because people love supporting small business owners like myself, and they love buying crafts, and they love buying things like this. So it all depends on if there's a competition. Sometimes I have people who sell ice cream with me, and they don't buy from me, but when I pop fresh, man, it's a difference between 30 to 60% or so in sale. Hope you guys found this video useful, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Sometimes you have to get creative too, guys, and you also have to think outside of the box. So I've seen some people actually sell on the side of the road. I have a friend who I follow on here, or who follows me. His name is Brian. He actually sells across the street from his house or whatever. I've seen people on the side of the road sell kettle corn. Now, whether or not that's legal or not is another story. But I actually think that, if you're out there to make money and you do things right by having watch and stuff like that, and you try your best to apply by the law, I think that the health department should give you a little bit of leeway here, because if this is the case, then you wouldn't be able to start out at all unless you get a commercial kitchen. And to pay for a commercial kitchen is $2,000 a month at least. I've actually had one do a deposit of $1,500 when I first started, plus $2,000 a month, plus my hours were only from 9 at night until 9 in the morning. So I've actually tried to move around that a little bit, and I've pretty much just said, hey, if you guys think it's okay for me to pop fresh, and if it's not hurting anybody, then we pretty much just keep things silent between us. And then also breweries too. With breweries, ask to see if they can sell your popcorn. Or a restaurant, people that even in a grocery store. So there's all these things about how to get started. And I've even seen people sell at the flea market. I might want to talk about that next, because I personally will not do a flea market because of the number of people who want to haggle you to lower your price down so far low, to where that's why I like doing the farmers market, because people will never really ask me for a discount. And maybe I'll do another video of that here down the road. And so with that, guys, I hope you guys found that information useful. Like I said, thanks for watching. I don't like scripts, so I just kind of say what I need to say. I kind of think about what I need to say now before, just rather than just talk. I'm trying not to use the word So thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Eventually I'll have like I said, a website next year for online orders. I really appreciate everybody for following me for this time. I get about 60 subscribers a month. Hopefully this will take off to where I can get enough viewers to where I can support myself full-time year-round. I eventually want to do gourmet popcorn. I want to do gourmet to where I could show my recipes through gourmet. I've only been able to use the machine twice, but since where I've moved, I have a very strict HOA policy. So thanks again, guys. This year I sold over 4,000 bags of popcorn and pork rinds, and I sold about 3,000 containers of cotton candy. And without growing and marketing, my business wouldn't have been possible. So this is actually very important. And somebody who has social anxiety and depression is not easy. I hope to get better at the retail part, because I hate the part of going in and asking people to get only rejected. So I need to get better at that. I need to just realize that at the end of the day, the worst I can do is say no. But to me, I think way more than that, really. So especially when you're trying to support yourself and make your business an actual legitimate business. And so hopefully with some better bags. I don't really like the Mylar bags. It'll actually be a better year for retail next year. And see if I can get at least maybe 2 or 3 locations. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. I'll put my links down below. I also have my website up, and I might talk about Squarespace. Squarespace is very easy. I have a membership plan for $200 for the year. And again, thanks everybody for your support.